have with me this morning on the phone Dr. Abdulibati Husseini, Director, Center for Development Communication. They're going to get some analysis on the program. Welcome to the program, Dr. Liberty. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning to our wonderful callers and listeners.
In October 2025, the government, this current administration, injected around 250 billion naira credit facility for smallholder farmers, according to the Minister of Agric and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari. And disclosing that the president's suggestion of 250 billion naira credit facility for smallholder farmers across the country will help to, give us better food and better future as a nation. But sir, this move now, a lot of persons are still asking questions. It seems like this is a promise that has not yet been fulfilled. What do you have to say about this, sir?
That kind of intervention is fantastic, and we commend the government for doing that. It's a thing of joy. But then again, why the announcement signals government concern about food security, agricultural productivity, and also farmers' welfare? Bishop, I think that we need to ask critical policy questions that government needs to answer. It's not just enough to make such a pronouncement. Yes, fantastic. But we as citizens, we must bring our concern on table based on both local and foreign conventional intelligence. We should bring them to table. And the questions we want to ask is question number one. What specific problem is the 250 billion intervention designed to address? We need to have that answer. Is it targeting access to inputs? Is it credit constraints? Is it about post-harvest losses? Is it climate risk? Is it insecurity or market access? Or all of the above? The government needs to clearly communicate what is the 250 billion for farmers meant for, if at all such money was paid. Let's have clear understanding of what government intends to do with this money. Question number two for me, Bishop. What financial institutions are responsible for disbursing the funds? Government needs to tell the public, are the commercial banks, development financial institutions, microfinance bank, or special purpose vehicles? Government should tell us, government should tell the farmers who this policy is meant to serve, which bank and financial institution is responsible for this disbursement. It's not just enough to make an announcement. Now, for me, really, my question number three is, how and where were these smallholders farmers identified? How were they identified? Were they identified through farmer cooperative? Is it through association, extension workers extension system, or state government or political structures? We need to know, how did you identify who were those? How did you identify who are farmers? Of course, we have farmers cooperative. Or you just sat in your room to decide to say who is farmer, who is not farmer. This is the question the government needs to answer. Another question for me, my number 4 concern, is that were the farmers engaged through participatory communication in the policy design and implementation? What was the level of engagement with the farmers to come to conclusion that they need 250 billion, or that how was their level of engagement using participatory dialogue with these farmers to actually even know what their problems are, or what they call need assessment? Farmers must effectively or actively participate in decision making on issues affecting them. You cannot impose foreign decisions on the farmers without involving them to actively participate in decision making on issues affecting them. You must allow for homegrown solution. That is why I'm saying, did the government actually, how did the government engage the farmers in participatory communication in designing this policy? This is my concern. And my question, my question for number 5 is, Bishop, what accountability and transparency mechanisms are in place to track this money? How will this money be disbursed? How is this money going to be utilized? And how is repayment going to be tracked to prevent elite capture and leakages? You have put 250 billion so claimed by the government. Can government communicate clearly? What are the indicators of success? And what monetary and evaluation framework will be used to track this money? We want to know, will success be measured by amount of money disbursed, or the number of beneficiaries, or yield improvements, income growth, or food security? Is this a genuine public policy reform or another policy pronouncement? Because we need to also know, does this conversation of 250 billion represent structural change in agricultural governance, or is it a symbolic intervention driven by media optics? I think that these are the questions that we need to ask, and the government needs to provide answers. This is what I'm saying, Bishop. Public policy formulation and public policy implementation are not done in exclusion. The target beneficiaries, the citizens, must be at the center of public policy formulation and implementation. Again, communication. People must understand what the issues are. That is your number one. The announcing public policy issues using press conference or press release is a fatal way of public communication. And that was why I said that what you need to do in the issue of public policy formulation and implementation, that you must embrace participatory communication and participatory dialogue. Those you are designing this policy for, I am not saying that all of them must be there, but to some extent they have genuine representatives, not the one that will be hijacked by the elite, the rural elite or the local elite. It is not the one that you're going to do hiding under the umbrella of political loyalists or political party behavior or political party loyalists. I am saying in terms of genuine participatory communication and genuine participatory dialogue. The rural farmers must be engaged. You must understand, because why you are going to engage them is that what is the problem for a farmer in northern Nigeria may not be what is the problem of a farmer in southern Nigeria. Every community or every farmer has its own peculiar problem. So engaging the farmers gives you the opportunity to design intervention that suits their lived reality and their peculiar social problem. That is why you need to engage them. You cannot sit in Abuja to design intervention for farmers across the 36 states of the country, across the 774 local governments, without engaging the farmers to have a clear understanding that will enable you design intervention that solve peculiar problem. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying you can't put 250 billion naira for farmers, and all what you're doing is that you just come to a press conference and announce it, and announce the figure, say some funny things with some banks that are, and you are not showing clear implementation strategy. You are not showing clear monetary and evaluation strategy. You are not showing clear measurement indicators of success strategy with timeline. You are not showing what do they call it now? Financial and transparency mechanism tracking strategy. And these are the conversation we should be having, Bishop, not this political conversation and the noise on media or social media. This is my concern, Bishop.